My Life as a Reader by Lisa Shadrick. I registered at BHSU to complete my endorsement in Library Media Sciences. Since I was hired to be a librarian with my transitional permit and I had bills to pay, food to buy, and heat to provide for all my children. Hubby. Here are all the books on my nightstand right now. My first favorite book, and the reason I became a reader, is A Wrinkle in Time. My second favorite book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The best loud read book is Dr. Seuss's Hooray for Diffin' Doofer Day. The best book to read to kids is definitely Bubba the Cowboy Prince. The most amazing book about respect, love, and conquering hate is the book I Have Lived 1,000 Years by Olivia Beaton Jackson. And recently, the best book about belief in the spiritual world was brought to me. The Shack is an amazing, amazing read. Book that changed my life, Night by Elie Wiesel. One of the best, most amazing authors for all ages is definitely Theodore Geisel, or better known as Dr. Seuss. When I was young, I read all her books. Judy Blume, definitely the best author for young readers. And as an adult, the best author of What the Truth is Elie Wiesel. How do you get children to read? First, you have to put books in their hands and make them readily available. Then you must read aloud to your students and your own children every day. And then 3, let children simply read or look at books to build their excitement. I personally love hanging out with friends, especially Elmo. Traveling is one of my favorite things to do. This picture is of the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas. I was in Washington, D.C. over 4th of July, and this is a picture of the National Archives, which was also the beginning spot for the 4th of July parade. We toured the Washington, D.C. Holocaust Museum, and it was absolutely moving. Visited Mount Vernon, which is the home of George and Martha Washington, our very first president. And then we went and toured our nation's capital. Went to New York City and saw the Statue of Liberty. Visited the Washington Monument and actually went all the way to the top. Went to the Vietnam Memorial and saw all of the names of the men and women who gave their lives. Visited the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. Most amazing, beautiful church I have ever been to. I'm also a huge fan of food, especially this, which is Serendipity's white chocolate, frozen hot chocolate. It is delish. Or I like myself some cupcakes from DC Cupcakes in Georgetown. I enjoyed the Lebanese food that we had and had the most amazing crab cakes at a little French restaurant in Georgetown called Le Rouge. I also love to study other cultures. I am so impressed with their abilities. To be able to watch what they do from scratch and by hand was amazing. This is the hard work of women who are preparing some types of lotion and where it comes from. It's a shea butter lotion, and that's where it starts as with the shea nuts that they have, and these women worked extremely hard to make a very small amount. I also enjoy going to the theater. We went and saw Wicked on Broadway. I think that Broadway is a spiritual awakening, and I think everyone should go there. I also experienced history by going down to Ground Zero and seeing where the location of the Twin Towers used to stand. We were able to physically see the rebuilding from the devastation. But my daughters and I were able to also see how hope was growing from the ground up, and the people of New York feel it. George Washington stated, "My first wish is to see the whole world in peace, and the inhabitants of its one band of brothers, striving who should contribute most to the happiness of mankind." He said that hundreds of years ago, and it is still the first wish, I think, of all of us. I want to end with, imagine a world with possibilities and freedom to achieve anything because of reading. And I do believe that reading can provide that.